Author Illustrator Presentation by Cole Wagner for EDU 351 Lee's McRae College. I have decided to center my presentation around the infamous Dr. Seuss. Theodore Seuss Giles, or as we better know him around the world as Dr. Seuss, was born in 1904. Not only is he known around the world for his writing skills, but also for his elaborate illustrations. Dr. Seuss wrote and illustrated each and every one of his books, which included a whopping 60 in his lifetime. He was very close to his characters and wanted to make them come to life from his own mind, not that of someone else's. During his career, he was bestowed with many great honors, one which included the Caldecott Medal, which is a very prestigious honor for writers. The last book in which he authored before his death in 1991 was Oh, the Places You Will Go, which will be described later on in the presentation. Dr. Seuss was a children's book author for sure. His books have very specific rhyme schemes in order to catch and hold children's attention throughout the story. His illustrations are very bright, colorful, and very inviting for children. Altogether, his books range in age groups from 3 to 9 years old. The overall design of Dr. Seuss's writing is to provide good, sound, and quality morals for children to pick up on and to hopefully follow later on in life. Many of his books allow children to get a glimpse into the real world and to see how sometimes things can be very harsh. However, to counteract this truth of the harsh world, Dr. Seuss elaborates on the fact that everyone and everything is different, and the world truly does accept each and every one of these differences with open arms. Dr. Seuss had a very unique style of writing when it came to his books. He was centered around children, so all of his books are in a format that are very easy to follow and very easy to understand. He made his stories fun and exciting for children. His unique style is also reflected in the amount of imagination that he put into each and every one of his characters and his overall stories. As stated on the last slide, Dr. Seuss created all of his stories around children. As you read his books, you will notice a pattern. All of his books give human qualities to animals, both real and make-believe, such as the Lorax. All of his characters have a central problem that they need resolved. By the end of the story, the problem is solved. He uses very bright and colorful settings, such as forests, for many of his books. Also, he makes each of the morals very easy for the children to pinpoint and to understand. Green Eggs and Ham was published August 12th of 1960. The central problem of the book is that a character named Sam is trying to get an unidentified character in a hat to try some green eggs and ham. The person refuses, and we later on find that he never tried them before in his life. Throughout the story, Sam continues to try to find ways to get the character in the hat to try the green eggs and ham. By the end of the story, Sam finally convinces him to try them. To his surprise, the character in the hat loves the green eggs and ham. Then, the character in the hat decides that he will eat them in all the ways in which Sam has described previously in the story. The moral of the story is, never knock something before you try it. The Cat in the Hat was published March 12th of 1957. The central problem in the book is that boredom has taken over for two children that have been left at home. But, to their surprise, there's a cat on the way to save the day. Throughout the story, they play mischievous games with the cat that end up wrecking the entire house. So, what are they to do with their mother on the way home to find this large mess? Well, the cat has a plan. He enlists the help of his friends, Thing 1 and Thing 2, to clean the house from top to bottom, and when their mother returns, the house is spotless. The moral of the story is, however, what is right and what is wrong. Ask yourself the question, if the cat showed up at your doorstep, would you have let him in, knowing he was going to make a mess? Also, was it right for the children to let him in and make the mess, even though it was cleaned up later on? Oh, the Places You'll Go was published January 22nd, 1990. It was also Dr. Seuss's last book. The story is centered around a boy referred to as You. Throughout the story, we follow You all around the world. He ends up in some very nice places, but also some very dark places. He meets some very nice and interesting characters, and he also meets some very dark and mean characters. The book tells and shows children how the world can be, and how they sometimes may meet very nice people, and how they may sometimes meet very mean people. But it also explains to us that no matter what, you can make it through life. Thank you for watching.